Have you ever been asked to collect the HAR logs, or have you ever heard a term called as HAR logs or HAR logs? Right. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how do you collect HAR logs and how do you review them. So, welcome again, everyone, to Techniwix Academy, and let's deep dive into HAR logs. So, if you browse anything in the browser, so here in M365 I will take an example of Outlook web app or OVA. So here I have just entered outlook.office365.com. Right now one user is complaining that he is not able to log in his account. He is getting so and so error message. So now let's see what exactly happens. So what you need to do, you just need to click here on the dots and then click on more tools, and here you will see an option of developer tools. If you do this in any other browser, maybe Edge, once again go to setting, more setting, and you will find a developer tool. And now I need to click on network, and here you see that it is asking me to stop. That means it is recording. Now let's see what happens. Here if I type James at technivix.com and hit enter. Now in the background you see it had started capturing some traffic. Now I will enter the password, then click yes. Now here, well, I have got some error message, right? Now as soon as I got the error message, I will go ahead and stop it so that it does not capture any unnecessary traffic. One thing to keep in mind that when you connect to user on his machine to collect the HAR logs for you to review, ensure that all other browsers or all the tabs are closed. The reason why, because if you keep lots of things open in the background, then it will capture other traffic as well, and it will be difficult for you to just go one by one and check uh, where the problem is. Now here you see it has captured something. So now if you would like to review that on the user machine itself, then you don't need to export it. So simply now here you see we are getting some error message called as 401, right? So now let me tell you something. You need to understand this a little bit. These error codes represent something. Whenever you see an error code on starting with 200, 200, here you see in the status, this is mostly a success response, right? Something was successful, the connection, the HTTPS traffic, that was successful, right? If you see anything in the 300, right, that indicates a redirection. That means the request has been redirected from one place to another. If you see anything with 400, it's a 401 or 401.1 or anything with 400, that means it's a temporary error or the client side error. And if you see 500, that means it's a permanent error or server side error. So here you will see lots of 200. Those are success response, and somewhere you see a 401 as well. Here we have seen an error message that's 401. So definitely we will we just need to dig into it, and it will take a little bit of time to understand how to review this data. Now here, let's say if I just click on this one, right, I have got this 401 here, right? Now here actually you will see certain fields called as header, payload, review, and response. So what exactly happened, you will see at the bottom, that's the request header, right? When you were trying to browse something on the client, what you as a user requested from the server, from Office 365 server. And here you have a response header, right? Response header. So this is what the server has responded. So now if you see in the request header, okay, we used outlook.office365.com. This was post method, and here we tried to fetch something, right? Now this was the authorization, and now at the bottom, then you will see a user agent, right? It's showing Mozilla 5.0 or Windows NT and all, or Chrome, right? This represents that you were browsing from one of the browser, right? So in this one, you actually see lots of information, and here source, that was mail. You were trying to open that email. Now let's see what exactly we have received from server. Now in the response, right? Now you actually see, um, so here, now request ID. Each and every request will have a request ID. Server, what has been responded, and here the backend status 401 and 401, right? So I actually understand what is the meaning of 401. 401 indicates that's unauthorized access. That means something is wrong with this account, and you are actually not being allowed to sign in into your account, right? So here, this is just one example. There will be lots of other scenarios wherein actually, instead of this just 401, you will receive a detailed error message as well, and that might be more helpful for you to troubleshoot, right? This is payload and preview, right? Some other the ways to look at this data, but header is going to be more useful, right? So when you see this 401 unauthorized, right, that means now you need to go back to this user in M365 Admin Center and see what is wrong with this user account, right? Whether is he entering the correct password, you may go ahead and reset that. Does this user have all the protocols enabled? That means, is he allowed to log in into Outlook web app or Outlook desktop client? In M365 Admin Center, you see certain settings of protocol, right? So you need to ensure one by one. Now, let's say you are done with your troubleshooting, or maybe you are going to work with your seniors or Microsoft, and they have been requesting for this HAR logs. Then what are you going to do? Here, you will get an option of um, uh, here, what you see, export option. So what I'm going to do here, you see the file name. What I can say, um, HAR logs capture, right? Then here I can go ahead and save in the document. Once that file is saved, what your senior will do, because he is not connected on the user system, he will open this tool called as HAR Analyzer, right? Here choose file, and I will go to documents, and then I will open this file here. Now here you actually see it will look a bit different, and he need to just scroll down and see where is the error message, right? So here we see some 401, right? Here in the response, he will be able to see more details, and he will troubleshoot accordingly. And here you see the response content. So this is the way you will gather HAR logs. You will analyze it, and if somebody is asking, then you will provide it to them. Now here you see the HTTP status code starting with 0, the 200, 300, 400, and 500. And if you click on this learn more, then here you will actually be able to find the information. This is successful, 3 is a redirection, 4 is a client side error, and 500 is actually a server error. And here you will actually see the 401, that's unauthorized. The request was a legal request, but the server is refusing to respond it. So you will be able to understand these status code in a bit, right? So well, that's it in this one, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then hit um, like button, subscribe the channel, press the bell icon, and I will see you in the next one with more friendly video.